Welcome to Three Beers Deep. I'm Giotto Troya, and I'm 3 beers deep. Actually, tonight I am about 6 shots of gin and a bunch of tonic deep right now. And I'm a Packers fan, and it's Thursday night football, about 4 minutes past the end of the game right now. The Eagles beat the Packers 34-27. To go to 2-2, and the Packers 3-1. So, as many of you know, I am a Packers fan. I was born and raised in Madison, Wisconsin, and this is a really painful loss for me. I really hate it when the Packers don't show up. And yes, we scored in the high 20s. Yes, there's some reasons to be excited about our offense. Aaron Rodgers threw for 422 yards and 2 touchdowns. He also threw for an interception, though. And play calling was, may I be excused here, shit. Complete and utter bullshit. We took 4 plays at the 1-yard line, did not pass it off to our running back once. Guess what our running back is averaging on a yards per carry basis? 4.5. 2 plus prior to contact. Like, I'm sorry, but if you're going to be averaging more than 2, probably closer to 3 yards per carry before contact, and you're not going to run on the 1-yard line, what the freaking hell are you doing? Matt LaFleur needs to understand how games are managed, how games are played, how games are won, and most importantly, Aaron Rodgers needs to understand that he should be able to call out of plays if he does not agree with them. There's the fact that we went to, I think it was Jimmy Graham 3 times on a first down, a third down, and I believe the 4th down as well, or maybe it was first, second, and 4th, or whatever combination. I believe he went to Jimmy Graham 3 times out of 4 plays. Why would you go to your most bumbling, gumbling, dumbling idiot of a receiver, of a pass catcher, 3 out of 4 times when you could go to MVS? I know that Devontae Adams was a little banged up, but even Aaron Jones out of the backfield is a better receiving option, more nimble and agile than Jimmy Graham. He's a basketball player. He caught one, but it wasn't even a high grab one for a touchdown today. Like, this is the most asinine thing, and this is something that we have to deal with every week. And I know a lot of teams can relate, but the Packers are expected to compete and be one of the top teams in the league almost every year, and there's so much stress behind that this is a disappointing game. This is one of the most disappointing games that I've had in a very long time. I literally turned it off for a little bit and just listened because, well, I didn't even listen. I just watched the Gamecast on my fantasy football app. On ESPN. It was frustrating. So here's the box scores for our quarterbacks. Aaron Rodgers 34 for 53 for 422 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception. He had a 93.4 passer rating. Carson Wentz, he threw for 16 of 27, so less than half and less than half completions and attempts than Aaron Rodgers did, for 160 yards, which again, less than half. 5.9 yards average, which is just over half of Aaron Rodgers' 8 yards average completion. He threw for 3 touchdowns and 0 interceptions for 113.2 passer rating. So 16 of 27, 160, and 3 touchdowns compared to 34 of 53 for 422 and 2 touchdowns. This needs to be fixed. Aaron Rodgers finally blew up, but the defense was blown away by a quarterback that threw for 160 yards. Yes, Aaron Rodgers' interception helped. Yes, there was a fumble. Yes, I get it. There's a lot of things that contributed to it. However, if you have a quarterback that throws for over 400 yards and a quarterback that throws for barely over 150, there needs to be there should not be a 7-point stretch in the final score. Jordan Howard having 15 carries for 87 yards. He couldn't be utilized in Chicago. How is he being utilized along with Darren Sproles and Miles Sanders? It doesn't make any sense. And he's getting not even goal line carries. Jordan Howard ran in from like 10 yards on one of his carries. And he had another reception for like 20 yards. How does this even happen in a supposedly, quote-unquote, great Green Bay defense? A Green Bay defense that is much improved from last year. It doesn't, yet it did. Aaron Rodgers' only saving grace, in my opinion, not his passing to my eye test, blew. It sucked. His running, though, 5 carries for 46 yards. Great. That's awesome. Dude, if you can use your legs again, that's great. Last year we didn't see that at all because he got injured in the first game and had a knee injury the entire year and didn't decide to sit out and give any of our backups any time to prepare. It seems like this year he should almost be benched. It's ridiculous. Aaron Rodgers is not what he used to be. He can do what he used to do maybe once or twice, but not on a season-long timeline anymore. It is a once or twice a year thing. He's no longer an elite quarterback. He's no longer going to be the Aaron Rodgers of 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013. He's not going to be the Super Bowl winning quarterback anymore. He doesn't have it anymore. The it factor. He's got a lot of arm talent. He can throw balls like unlike anybody else, but he's lost his ability to take risks. He doesn't want to throw interceptions. He wants the best completion percentage. He wants the best touchdown to interception percentage in the world, in the history of the NFL. That's what he wants. He wants touchdowns to interception ratios. He wants completions to interception ratios. He doesn't give a crap about incompletions. He wants completions to interception ratios. He wants interception ratios. And he doesn't throw a lot of those because he does not take a lot of risk. He doesn't take risk that is worthwhile. He doesn't take risk that is exciting. He doesn't take risk at the end of the game anymore. When's the last time you saw him throw a Hail Mary? 2014? 2015 maybe? Against Detroit or the Arizona Cardinals in the NFC Championship? Like, where do we draw the line of saying that Aaron Rodgers does not take good risk anymore? If you're going to throw up a 50-50 ball, I was just talking about this earlier during the game. If you're going to throw up a 50-50 ball, it's not truly a 50-50 ball. Chances are it's about a 50% chance that your guy will catch it. So Aaron Rodgers to MVS or Aaron Rodgers to Devontae or Aaron Rodgers to Aaron Jones, whoever. 50-50 chance that receiver, that pass catcher is going to catch it. it's about a 10 to 15%, maybe 20% chance that the opposing cornerback, safety, linebacker, whoever is going to catch it. 15 to 20, 10 to 20, whatever. It's about a 10 to 20% chance. And the other 30 to 40% chance, guess what that is? That's incomplete pass. So you have a 90% to 80% chance, 80 to 90% chance that either it will go incomplete or it will be caught by your own guy on a 50-50 ball, quote unquote. I'm using air quotes here with my fingers right now. A 50-50 or a 50-50 ball is truly a 80 to 90% slash 10% ball. Just solely based on the fact that most of the time, cornerbacks, safeties, etc., they're facing the wrong way to catch the football. They're protecting what's called like the eyes, right? So the receivers are eyeing the football. They're bringing it into their hands with their eyes, and the cornerbacks and safeties are looking at the eyes to figure out where the ball is, and then they throw a hand up maybe or something like that. So 90% of the time, 80% of the time, that cornerback is not facing the football in a way to actually grab that football. A 50-50 ball is not a 50-50 ball. A 50-50 ball is an 80-20 ball or a 90-10 ball in favor of the offense, and Aaron Rodgers doesn't want to take those calculated risks, and it's frustrating, and it's ridiculous, and it's dangerous in a game, right? Aaron Rodgers is throwing the football away a completely crazy amount of times. Doesn't freaking make sense. And a coach needs to tell him this, because this is something that is important. It's important for him to know and be cognizant of the fact that he is not being smart with the football. Despite him avoiding interceptions and obviously turnovers and things like that, I get it. You want to avoid turnovers. You win the game by producing less turnovers. Well, guess what you did today? Fumbled the football, turned the ball over on an interception. You weren't smart with the football on those two plays. So what are you doing? Are you trying to avoid other mistakes? Are you afraid that you're going to get replaced by a younger, more flexible to learning offensive playbooks quarterback? Because I think at this point you maybe should be afraid of the latter happening. There's very little that can be said other than the fact that Aaron Rodgers is not what he used to be. And I've been saying this for 2 years now. I said it on my podcast last season. He's not what he used to be, but he can do what he used to do once or twice a season. And those are miracle games. Those are games like he hasn't had one yet this season. This season he has been a subpar quarterback at best. He's been a top 15 to 25 quarterback at best. Somewhere in that 15 to 25 range, those 10 players. Daniel Jones, in his first start in week 3, had more passing yards and touchdowns, well, the same amount of touchdowns as Aaron Rodgers did in his first 3 games. I know that Aaron Rodgers played against 3 decent to good defenses, but that's still, it's a rookie quarterback on a bad Giants team playing for the most part without Saquon Barkley, which means they're going to be blitzing Daniel Jones all the freaking time because they don't have Saquon Barkley to take attention away. They're going to be stacking the box for a different reason, if you know what I mean. Oh, God. What a crap game, honestly. Jesus Christ. Anyways, this is the first episode of 3 Beers Deep. I'm your host, Yodo Troya, and I'm pretty pissed off today. Cheers.